Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and the news that my throat's a lot better and the cough has gone, I think. I shouldn't say that. The scaffolders have not gone, but I think they're nearly finished for the day, so I'm hoping that noise will stop during this video as well. And I'm really looking forward to tangling with this puzzle by Math Pesto, one of my favourite constructors. And what they've come up with is, in one respect, the sort of puzzle we advise you not to send into the channel. Because if you put a lot of different rules in, and some people do it just kind of for the sake of referencing all the types of rule, it's very hard to explain that to a new viewer or somebody who's a bit unfamiliar with some of these rules. And even Math Pesto knows that. But they have sent this in on the basis that it's quite amusing to have so many rules, but it's actually a brilliant advert for Line Sudoku, our new app, which is out now. When we asked some of the best constructors in the world to send in a few puzzles with lines in for this app, I was amazed at how many different lines they came up with. And 9 of the 10 lines we see in this puzzle feature in the app, and a couple of others actually as well. But it's absolutely intriguing that this is a very good representation of the lines in the app. Do think about downloading our Cracking the Cryptic app if you haven't already. That's the free one. And then looking for the content within it, because, and if you downloaded it before Sunday, please update Line Sudoku. Because not only have we clarified the rules of a couple of puzzles where people gave us a bit of feedback, but we've added a given digit that should have been there in one of the later puzzles. Thank you to Toolcat for pointing that out. Right, so anyway, do get our Line Sudoku. It's brilliant. It will build up to 100 puzzles like most of the other apps, not the gas ones. There are genuinely approachable Sudoku apps as well, also in the CTC app. Please check it out. Use the links under the video. They are great value. Also, great value, $2 or $3 a month on Patreon, and you could be doing the Skunkworks Trick or Treat, a brilliant collection of 6x6 Sudoku puzzles. The first 9, really quite approachable. Give it a try. If you haven't managed to complete a Patreon reward before, I think you'll be able to do this one. At least get to the 9 puzzle stage where you can send us the key word or phrase to try and win the prize. You will be eligible. If you can do the other 7, you'll be eligible for the Roll of Honour as well. And Simon put up the Roll of Honour for our previous Lines and Shapes Trick or Treat puzzle before. Lines and Shapes patron reward, not Trick or Treat. And anyway, there's always great content on Patreon, loads of crossword content. There will be more this month, and loads of Sudoku content too. And there's Sven Sudoku pad in our merchandise. But the first link is to this video, and there are plenty of rules, and I'm going to go through them now. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. That's 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3x3 box. And we have some quadruples as well. Digits in a circle appear at least once in each of the 4 surrounding cells. So 2 and 8 must be in this group of cells. Now, in case you're colorblind or not sure what these lines are, the rules for them are given in order, reading across the top and then across the bottom. So, on this German whisper line, the green one, adjacent digits differ by 5 or more. So you couldn't put 3 and 7 in that pair of cells. Along the Thermo, digits increase from the bulb here to the end here. The purple Renban line contains a set of consecutive digits, not necessarily in any order. The between line features numbers on the line that must be numerically between the numbers in the attached circles. The equal sum line, which is blue, says that the 3 cells in box 3 add up to the total of the 1 cell in box 6. This grey line, it's not a palindrome, that wouldn't work. It is a 10 line. So this consists of 1 or more contiguous groups of cells, each of which sums to 10. Groups cannot overlap. The yellow line here, it's sort of gold, is a Nabner line. No 2 digits on it anywhere may be consecutive. So you couldn't have a 2 and a 3 in even those cells, for instance. This red parity line, now sometimes a parity line is a line of the same parity, but in this case it's alternating parity. So if that's odd, that's even, that's odd, that's even. But if that's even, that's odd, etc. Now, I have made the modular line black. In the original submission it was teal, but that didn't come out in our software. So I've gone with black for contrast. It's kind of the only color I had left available. And every set of 3 sequential digits on this modular line contains 1 digit from 147 on the left of your keyboard, 1 digit from 258 up the middle, and 1 digit from 369 on the right. So you're kind of slicing the keyboard vertically. And if you slice it horizontally, you get the rules for this entropic orange line, in which every set of 3 sequential digits contains 1 digit from 123, the little numbers, 1 from 456, the middly ones, and 1 from 789, the high numbers. So those are the rules. I hope that was quick enough, but also clear enough, because I'm going to try the puzzle now. I'm going to restart my clock and say, let's get cracking, and see if we can find any way to get cracking on this one. And I think what we're going to have to try and do somehow is find a weak spot amongst the lines, and maybe how 2 of the lines interact in the same column, probably, or in the same box. Right, this cell is 6, 7, 8, or 9, because that's the 6 is the minimum sum for 3 different digits there. Oh, and this is entropic. So you can't put all 3 low digits up here, or you couldn't get a single low one onto this line. And every group of 3 has 1 of each, so there must be a low digit on this line. Oh, that's quite interesting. Okay, so this isn't a 6, because you can't put 1, 2, 3 there, because you need 1 of them for down here. Also, this line is going to have 2 of those low digits, 1, 2, and 3, because any way you make up 7, 8, or 9 from 3 different digits does. And this line is therefore going to have 1 of them in those 2 cells. It can't be here, or it would need to also have a low digit there. So there is a low digit in one of these 2. I don't know how to mark that. I could do that to remind me. It's not that much. I don't think this line's telling me anything, partly because I don't really understand modular lines very well. Ah, that's not even, it's odd, however. Okay, I know that because this line clearly has 2 odd and 2 even digits on it. To alternate in parity, that must be true. But also, this line, even though the digits may not alternate as you go along it, to have 4 consecutives, you're going to have 2 odds and 2 evens again. So this has to be the 5th odd in the column. Now, it's not really a big deduction, but it is true. Here, Nabner is pretty restrictive. I wonder how it's working with the quad. Something's going on there, but I don't know. I don't see... I mean, I suspect the line, the digits on the Thermo are a bit spaced apart. So that brings me back to the German whisper, always likely to be a good starting point. Okay, there's a 5. Right, that is actually nice because the green line can't have a 5 on it. There is no possible neighbour for a 5 on a whisper line. The grey line, because it's length 4, can't have a 5 on it either, because it's either made up of 2 pairs that each sum to 10 or 1 group of 4 that does. If you had a group of 3 that added up to 10, you can have a 5 amongst them. They could be 5, 3, 2 or 5, 4, 1. But that would leave a single cell that had to add up to 10, so that's not possible. So there is nowhere on the grey or green for a 5 in column 1, and the 5 is there. Hurrah! But I don't think it takes us much further. And I don't know what does. I'm a bit lost at this point. That's really weird. I got a little bit of deduction out of column 9, column 5 and column 1 and then just totally stuck again. I'm looking at these quadruples, trying to see if there's any advantage in the repeat digit, because 8, for instance, in those two boxes must appear once in each of the 2 by 2 boxes. That's going to use up the 8s for rows 7 and 8, and that means 8 can't appear in any of these cells. But I really don't know how that helps on any of those lines to know that. And you've got 2 similarly in the top, well, in rows 2 and 3, can't be in any of those cells, which feels like a little of importance on the blue line. Maybe on the green line. Ah, hang on, that's interesting. Okay, this pair of cells, this domino that I've highlighted, has got to have one low and one high digit in it. And by that I mean lower than 5 and higher than 5. It also cannot contain 4 or 6. Because they are monogamous digits. They can only have one neighbour on a green line. If you had a 4 here, that would have to be 9, but that would also have to be 9. So 4 and 6 can't be in these cells. So since we've just worked out that there's a sort of virtual X-wing on 2s that keeps 2 out of here, well, they definitely do have to be from 1, 3, 7, 8 or 9. Oh, that's brilliant. They cannot be 3 or, I suspect, 7. If you put a 3 here, it would be surrounded by 8 and 9. They're the only possible neighbours for 3 on a whisper. And if that happened, you'd have used up in the column 9, 8 and 3. And the only possible 2-cell pair... Yeah, okay, I was about to say the only possible 2-cell pair you could put on this line is 4, 6, which is probably on it. But you were about to point out, I know, that this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4 set, but actually it can't. I hadn't thought of that when I was doing this. It can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4 set because this needs low numbers on it. It's fine. So this is 2 pairs. And this can't have a 3 here. And I bet it can't have a 7 here, because 7 would be surrounded by 1 and 2. And again, you'd have used up 1, 9, 2, 8 and 3, 7. So you could only put 4, 6 in one of these pairs. The scaffolders are just having the darkest hour before the dawn. I'm sorry about the noise. So you can't have a 7 there. So there is definitely a 1. That is the low digit in these cells. And either 8 or 9. Does this have to be a set of 1, 2, 8, 9? If 8 is on it, it does, because then 8's not on this line, and therefore 2's not on this line. Yeah, that's true. So the 4 digits on here must be the other 2 pairs that add up to 10 that aren't on this line. So it's either a 1, 2, 8, 9 green line, or that could be a 3, 7 pair or a 4, 6 pair, with 1, 9 in the middle. I don't know. Can I constrict 9 to be definitely in one of those? Or can I make 8 be in them? And then... I don't know. That's weird. Maybe this interacts with this Nabner thing. Oh, and the Thermo. What's up with the Thermo? And these quadruples, what's going on? I don't understand. Something is going on here. Now, hang on. This can't be a 2 because it's too far along the Thermo. So 2 is in one of those cells around this 2, 8 quad. And they all see that one. So 2 is not there and is now in one of those cells around the 2, 7 quad, and they all see those 2, which can't contain 2. It sort of smells interesting, but doesn't really do anything. What about 8? 8 can't be there, so 8's in one of those, and then neither of these can be 8. I don't know. Oh, 8 can't be here. That's definitely right. 8 can't be here because these would have to be 9 and 10 or something. 8 can't be there because that would be 9, and that would break this pair. So 8 is not on the Thermo on that quad. It's in one of those two cells. Now it's not here. Now it's on the Nabner. And that means 9 and 7 aren't on the Nabner line because they would be consecutive. One of them could be there, but one of them must be up the north end of this. Can it? Well, this cell is 7, 8, or 9. It's not 8 because there's an 8 in one of those cells. It's 7 or 9. Because even if this was where 7 went, that would be 9. Yeah, 1 of 7. I mean, I know I'm right. I don't think I've articulated this very clearly. Because at least 1 of 7 or 9 is on this line, the final cell must be 7 or 9. It doesn't have to be that one that must be on it, because they could both... Could they both be on it? I think they could. Okay, we got 8 out of this area. Can we get 2 out? 2 would be very interesting. If 2 is there, 1 is there, that doesn't work. Because what would the Nabner line have? You'd be selecting from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you could only put 3, 5, 7, 9 on the line with 1, 2 here. And then you've broken this cell. That's incredibly weird. Oh, well, you couldn't put 3, 5, 7, 9 on the line because we've worked out there's an 8 on it. Simples. Right. 2 is not there or there because it can't be that far along the line. So 2 is also in these cells. And now 2 can't be here. Yes. This is a 2-8 pair. There is a 5 on the other side. This 2-8 pair, the only things that can go with 2 and 8 on the Nabner line are a 4-6 pair. And then we've only got odd numbers to put in the rest of the column. So as we go up the Thermo, we go up in odd numbers. That doesn't quite resolve this, annoyingly. We've got a 5. We've got a 2 in one of those cells. So the 2 over here on this quad is not in box 2. It's on the between line. And I don't think you... can you? No, you can't put a 1 here because you're going to have a 1 or a 2 on this 3-cell line. Doesn't matter what combination, what total you're adding to. You can't put 3, 4, 5 there. So 1 is not there, but 1 must be in one of these circles, and we know where it is, and that feeds back. Isn't that beautiful? That is lovely. Look at that. 9 has come off this bit of the line unexpectedly. And now we know that this is a 9, 1, 8, 2 line. And we know where the 9 goes. And this is a 3, 4, 6, 7 line. This pair adds to 10. They can't be 4, 6 because of that. Oh, wow. So this is a 1, 5, 9 triple. Oh, this has got a 9 needed around it. We know where that is. This is a 2, 7, 8 triple. This is a 3, 4, 6 triple. Oh, 8 sees that. Now I can put 2 over here. Oh, lovely puzzle. I love the way this works. Right, what are these 3? Oh, that's not a 9. Look at that. These 3, the minimum they can be is 1, 3, and 4. And that's also the maximum they can add up to. Now, we've got a 2 in one of these cells that I coloured earlier. And these have to be from the same polarity. They could be high and be 9, 7, or they could be medium and be 5, 6. I can't see how to decide that. Right, what else is going on here? Don't know. Bloomin' modularity. What about this? It doesn't have an 8 on anymore because none of them can be 8 thanks to these two 8s. So it's definitely got a 4 on this line. It's from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 4-digit sequence in that must pass through 4. So it could have a 2 on it still here. It can't have 8 or 9 on the line anymore. It doesn't necessarily. This can't be 8. 8 is on this line. Oh, but we had an X-wing on 8s. 8 can't be in those two cells because of these X-winged 8s. So 8 is on one end of this line or the other, which unfortunately doesn't determine its parity. Ah, 3 is in this quadruple, and that 3 says it's not here, and this 1, 3, 4 pair says it's not there, so we know where it is. And we've got to get a 7 on this one. Use the quadruples, always a good tip. 9 is in one of those two cells. 8, I don't know, but it's been useful already that it's in one of those 4. This can't be a 3. We've got 4, 6 and 9 to place in row 3, but actually this can't be a 9 because 4 is on its Renban. So that is the 9 in row 3, I think. Now we've got 5, 6, 7, 8 to place. 8 by Sudoku is in one of those. 5, 6 and 7 now. This one can't be 5 because that would be outside it. That's probably all I can do from. Oh, these can't have a 7. Is that right? Yes, I'm sorry. There's an 8-7 pair looking at those. That's a 5-6 naked pair that I hadn't spotted. So we're left with 7 and 8 there. This can't be a 6 now. Now what? 1, 4, 3, 8. 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, I don't know how that bloomin'. I don't really get entropic and modular lines, really. They don't say anything to me. I'm just too much of a non-mathematician, I think. Right, what's going on up at the top then? Oh, no, I've done the 9 around that. We need an 8 around this. No, it's not the quads. What? I'm going to have to work out these two, aren't I? I'm not going to get much further until I do. That's very annoying. 1, 4, 3, 8 then. Let's think about it. 5 is on this line. And this is the entropic line. So 5 is either the or one of the middly digits on the line. What have we got left? 5, 6, so this is 6, 7 or 9. If that is a 6, this is a 7, 9 pair. If, on the other hand, this is a 7 or 9, this is a 5, 6 pair. That's not very helpful, actually. That's exactly why I wasn't pencil marking this line earlier. It's just not, it's not telling me enough. 2, 7, 8, right. Let's think about this again then. There is a 4 on this line. Could it be 4, 5, 6, 7? Ah, maybe it's a question of what. Oh, look, we've got a 2 X-wing. That's going to put 2 in row 9 in one of those places. What else am I missing in this bottom section? Because I haven't really studied it much, I have to admit. We've got this sort of automatic 8 X-wing from the clues. Oh, I've got this 4, 6 pair. That means that's not a 6, and that means the corner is not a 5. I don't know, I'm not finding much here. 1, 8. What's on this black line? Okay, modular. So this pair is either 4, 7 or 5, 8, or it's from 3, 6 and 9. 3 is the low. No, it's not about low digits. No, I've no idea. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone, Mark. Try the other things that you understand. 5 has to be in one of those cells now. And therefore, 4 and 6 are not in those cells. This one is 3, 7 or 9 because we've ruled out 1 and 5 and we worked out early on that it was odd. Now, if it was 3, this would have to be 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I can place 9 in this box. How about that? It's got to be there because it's not on the line with a 4. Yeah, that's worth thinking about. What else is not on the line? Oh, that 9 gets placed now on this quadruple. And now 8 is in one of those places. And that means neither of these can be an 8. Well, actually we knew that for both cells for different reasons. Okay, this 9, that means 3 and 6 cannot be on this black line because they wouldn't be 3 away from it. So 3 and 6 in this column, oops, we can place. 3 is there, 6 is there. Ah, that's interesting. Now, 7, 8 pair. 5 there means 5 is in one of these cells. And therefore one of those, not so useful. 3, that takes 3 out of the center as an option. Puts 3 in one of these. Doesn't do anything else, annoyingly. Okay, this pair is either the 2 digits from 1, 4, 7. So it's either 4, 7, making this a 5, or it's 5, 8, making this a 4. So this is 5 or 4. Now 9. 9 is now in one of these two. Oh, bother. I'm getting confused because I know I pencil marked these across the box edge as an 8. I'm taking that out again. Remember for me that there is an 8 on one end of the red line, but I don't know where. But 9 is now in one of these two. And therefore not in the corner. So that can't be 7. 1, 4, 3, 8, 2. One of these is a 5. That's not a 5. Should have noticed that before. Does 5 have to be on this line? Okay, what else is not on the line? 8 and 9 are not. So 9, they must be in these. Ah, it's not enough. It's not enough. What am I missing now? 4 or 5, I got that here. Oh, and these are not as freely available to be anything as I thought. Okay, what were the pairs? Either 5, 8 pair or 4, 7 pair. But that can't be a 4 because of the 4, 6 pair in its row. That can't be an 8 because of the 8 in its box. What does that mean? That means 4 is definitely in one of these cells and one of these two. Oh, 8 has to be on this quadruple clue, and it's been ruled out of there. That's got to be a vital clue. 8 is there now. Yes, where does 8 go in column 5? It goes here on the red line. That's what I wanted, because now I know the parities. That is even. These are odd. This is not 2, so I've placed 2 in the box now. That's got to be here in the corner of it. That is putting a 2 here. Now this line can't have a 6 on. The 2 even digits on it are 2 and 4. So the 2 even digits on this line are 8 and 6. It's got to have a 3 on it somewhere, which is also in one of these cells, and then either 1 or 5. Doesn't have 6, so there's a 6 in one of those two and not there, and I've placed 6 in box 1. I can finish its row with a 4. I thought it was going to be a 1. So these are either 1, 3 or 1, 5. What are these then? I don't know. But we got a 6 down here that we hadn't considered before. And a 2. Oh, don't say none of them are helping. 8. 8 comes out of there and out of there. We've got 8 in the middle row. 5, 8, 1, 3. 2 in the middle row seems to have to be here now. Oh, and look, 2 is actually placed in box 2 as well. Yeah, 2 is there. Sorry, there. 4 above it. This pair is a 5, 6 pair. And I've ruled out 5 from here by the 5 in that quad. Excellent. 6 now is placed in box 1. 6, 9, 7, 5, 2. This seems to be a naked single 4. It sees all the other Sudoku digits. This is 1 or 3, and these are from 1, 3, 8 and include an 8. In this row, that is 7 or 9, so we've placed 6. And that's going to fix the orange line, and I bet that's going to fix the black line. Right, 7 there. This is the same polarity. I'm just being careful. This is now a 2, 5 pair. That makes this a 4, which is exactly what we wanted. That is a different modularity from this, which must be 8, obviously. So I can finish the column and box 6. I feel like I'm on track now. This is good. That's not a 6. Let's just get this all done right. I've got a 1, 3 pair in the central box to finish off. 7, 9 pair not resolved. 1, 3, 5 to place up here. That is a 1 or a 5 because 3 is definitely on the Renban. No. Oh no, we've got a 5 on the quad, so that's a 1. Right, perfect. So 3 and 5 on the Renban, and the Renban works, and that finishes off our top 3 rows. 5, 3, 2, 4, 8, 6. We need a 1 in one of these positions, which means 1 is not elsewhere in the box, which gets us our 1, 3 pair resolved. This is now a 3, 8 pair. That's a 2, 8 pair. That's our original 8 X-Wing. I don't know how to use it, but 7 gives us a 3 in the corner, proving its position correctly. Excellent. We get a little party for that. We need a 7 in one of these cells. Not sure which one. Oh, come on, we're nearly finished. Why am I not finishing this off? That is 5 or 7. It's all it can be by Sudoku. What about this? 4 or 5? Oh, something in this row must be done, mustn't it? There's only one place for 4, for instance. Yeah, okay, that 4 is seeing this digit. That's what I hadn't seen, sorry. 4, 4, that fixes 5. That's going to do 2, 5. And now we're going to roll home. 2, 8, 3, 8. That's a 1, 3, 6. It's all coming together now. 5, 1. Along the bottom, 9, 1. 9 in the central cell. That was virtually the first thing I did. And we get a 7 to finish off here. There we go. sorry, the first thing I did was to say that the central cell was odd, and only almost the last digit I've placed is to find out what value of odd it contained. But there we go. That is a lovely puzzle by MathPesto. They are brilliant at this, and really interesting. And exactly as I suspected, those modular and entropic lines were not in play early on. They came later. Great fun. Do try that line Sudoku app. It is brilliant. And if you like those puzzles, you can go back to the lines and shapes from last month in Patreon. Anyway, thanks for watching as always. Hope to see you again tomorrow, and bye for now.